Shalom. If you're hearing this right now, take a breath. You didn't stumble here by accident. What you're looking at is not meant to be understood all at once. It's meant to test your attention, your patience, and your discernment. Because the modern world no longer controls people through force. It controls people through saturation. Too much information, too many explanations, too many hidden layers presented as truth at the same time. At first glance, images like this feel powerful. They feel like clarity, like if you could just connect all the dots, everything would finally make sense. But what most people don't realize is that overwhelm is not awakening. Overwhelm is a signal that discernment has been bypassed. Information does not awaken you, discernment does. Discernment begins when you stop asking what else is hidden and start asking what actually matters right now. Because the truth is, the human mind was not designed to hold everything. It was designed to choose wisely. When you try to hold everything, your attention fragments. When attention fragments, energy leaks. And when energy leaks, direction disappears. This is why so many people today feel aware but not grounded, informed but not peaceful, awake but exhausted. They know a lot, they trust very little. They see patterns everywhere but can't move forward anywhere. That's not elevation. That's paralysis dressed up as awareness. Real awakening simplifies. It doesn't complicate. When something is true, it stabilizes you. When something is distorted or half true, it agitates you. Pay attention to how your body responds to what you consume. Truth brings calm. Distortion brings urgency. Fear brings addiction to more information. And urgency is one of the easiest ways to bypass wisdom. Now, here's something that isn't popular to say, but it's necessary. You do not ascend by decoding external systems. You ascend by mastering your internal one. If your sleep is off, your awakening is incomplete. If your body is neglected, your awareness is ungrounded. If your finances are chaotic, your focus is leaking. If your word doesn't mean much, your alignment is fractured. No amount of cosmic knowledge replaces discipline. And if you're still listening to this, that tells me something about you. It tells me you're not here for entertainment. You're here for clarity. So let me say this in a grounded, shared way, not as a command. If this perspective resonates with you, liking this video helps it reach others who are also choosing clarity over chaos. And subscribing keeps us connected as we continue building understanding together. Not hype, not fear, just grounded movement. Back to the message. Throughout history, the most powerful individuals weren't the loudest. They weren't the most informed. They weren't the ones chasing every hidden truth. They were the most ordered. Ordered mind, ordered body, ordered life. That order creates clarity, and clarity is what makes deception visible without obsession. Clarity is what makes deception visible without obsession. Look at this image again, not as something to solve, but as something to observe. It contains thousands of ideas, thousands of theories, thousands of paths you could follow. But not all ideas deserve your attention. Attention is currency. Where you spend it determines who you become. Every time you chase another theory without integration, you spend energy. Every time you consume without applying, you lose momentum. Every time you seek outside instead of refining inside, you delay alignment. And alignment does not arrive through discovery. It arrives through consistency. That's why grounding practices matter more than secret knowledge. Waking up early when you don't feel like it, moving your body even when motivation is quiet, eating food that fuels instead of numbs, doing the work when no one is watching, honoring your word even when it would be easier not to. That is spiritual work. Because spirituality is not about leaving the physical world. It's about inhabiting it fully, responsibly, and intentionally. A grounded person does not panic when new information appears. They pause, they elevate, they filter, they discard what does not serve growth. They don't need to reject everything, and they don't need to accept everything. They choose. Ask yourself this honestly, without judgment. Has consuming more information made you more disciplined or just more distracted? Has it brought peace into your nervous system or kept it alert, restless, and on edge? Has it helped you build something tangible in your life or has it kept you watching from the sidelines, waiting for the next reveal? These questions are not meant to shame you. They are meant to anchor you. Because honesty is the doorway back to the source. You don't need to escape the world. You don't need to transcend reality. You don't need to know everything. You need to become solid. Stillness is power. Silence is power. Restraint is power. When your inner world is stable, external chaos loses influence. When your habits are clean, confusion has nowhere to attach. When your purpose is clear, noise becomes obvious instead of tempting. That's when information stops controlling you and starts serving you. And if you made it this far into the message, that already says a lot about where you're at. So again, not as a push, but as alignment. If you want to stay connected to grounded conversations like this, subscribing keeps us in the same space, and liking this helps this reach others who are ready for steadiness over spectacle. Now let's bring this home. This image is not meant to be worshipped. It's not meant to be feared. It's a mirror. Some people will get lost inside it, chasing answers endlessly. Others will see it once, understand the pattern, and return to their work. Because the greatest awakening is not knowing everything. The greatest awakening is knowing what to ignore. Shalom. Move with clarity. Build with intention. Protect your energy. And remember, you don't need more information to become who you're meant to be. You need alignment.